warning. The following video contains language that may be inappropriate for younger viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Welcome to the Let's Get Heavy podcast, where we explore the realms of heavy music and have conversations with some of the most talented bands within the genre. In this episode, I got to sit down with Jason and Talithia from Bright Black, where we discuss the latest epic release, Close to the Edge, plans for a future EP, and along with the first band to take on the Geordie challenge. So let's get heavy. Also known as Beardo on the old Twitch and YouTube universe. And as you know, we wouldn't Get Heavy UK, but we like to highlight and showcase bands throughout the UK and beyond. So first of all, thank you very much for giving up your free Sunday evening for coming to chat with her. I hope I'm saying the names correctly again. Talithia and Jason. I know it says Jesse on the name below, but it's actually Jason. So, quick introduction into Bright Black, just in case anyone who's not aware of the band. Can you give basically an introduction? Members. Can you describe each member's role in Bright Black?
Yeah, I mean, okay. So obviously, Talitha's vocals. I'm guitar. Adam is bass, and Alex is drums. But the good thing about sort of each individual member is that we come from a lot of different sort of pretense of music and a lot of different genres of music, a lot of all-rounded experience. We've all previously been in bands, live bands and studio session bands and stuff like that. So we've all had a bit of a renowned experience in the music industry, all at different levels as well. But the good thing I think about each individual member of the band is that we all have a different part in sort of writing as well. You know, there's no sort of there's no threshold there. So, you know, we're more than able to focus on some sort of vocal parts where Talitha says, you know, could you try this and that on guitar, or try this and that on the drums? You know, there's a massive sort of work between all four of us. So you know, each individual member has got whatever say they want to, even if it's not their particular role.
Next one.
Yeah, it's really good.
So how did Bright Black form, and what inspired you to create music together?
Do you want me to take this one, T?
Yeah, because you started it.
So it originally
I just joined in later on.
Yeah. It originally started back in late 2021,
Right.
Where me, Adam, and Alex got together, started writing some music, and we also had our first vocalist, Alice, who came in and was with us for a year and a bit as well. Started our sort of foundations with us for doing some local gigs around. We did a couple of studio hits as well, and you know, released them as we would do. But further on down the line, we got Talitha into doing main vocals, as Alice had some other commitments and stuff like that, and that she wanted to focus on, which was absolutely fine. She sat down and had you know, the proper talk with us and everything like that. There's obviously all amicable and stuff like that. So we had to search for new vocalist, and Talitha came along about 9 months ago now, wasn't it? It was 9 months, something like that. Yeah, wasn't it?
January, so that's 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you haven't even hit a year yet.
But it was really good. I mean, you know, we had a couple of people message us after we put the adverts out and stuff like that, but it was more so, you know, these sort of people liked the idea of being in the band, and when it comes to actually, you know, saying coming down for a rehearsal, it was very sort of blanked, and Talitha was very eager as well, and very, you know, came in. So we gave her sort of a vocalist pack, and here's what we're about. Here's some of the songs that we've done. This is the sort of genre we're going for. Yada yada yada. And we gave her our single, which was out on YouTube and Apple Music and Spotify and everything else. And we said, here you go, put your own swing to that. And she did an exceptionally good job. That after a rehearsal, me, Adam, and Alex drove back, and we phoned each other up literally 5 minutes after and went, yep. And then it's there, really. And then ever since then, you know, we've had a great connection between all four of us. It's been really good. Like I said earlier on, you know, all four of us have that sort of mesh together where we're all able to do different parts, even though they're not our particular roles.
Hmm.
We've been in the studio now with Talitha and got our first single out with all four of us current, with the music video as well. We're also in the studio in the next couple of weeks doing number 2. So it's going off quite well. We've got a really good group of gigs towards the back end of this year as well. A couple of festival hits, which is nice. So yeah, things are really looking good.
Nice. So looking on the outside sort of in then, Talitha, what made you want to join the band? Because had you heard the band before you joined? Were you aware of them?
Yeah.
And was it
So so I was in a band previously called Devil's Ransom, but they were like more like Black Sabbath, like AC/DC, that sort of vibe. And then, long story short, like that wasn't really the style that I wanted to do. I was looking at more kind of alt rock, like hard rock, that sort of thing. Because I like Alter Bridge and Hailstorm and those sort
nice.
of
Yeah, man.
and then I saw them play. I think it might have been a Metal to the Masses. I think it was actually.
It's one of the semis, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Alice. Yeah, it was with Alice actually at the time. And I really liked the style anyway. And then yeah, I was just looking around for projects again and like really wanted to get back into it. And then this came up, in I think it was about Christmas time, wasn't it? That I think I saw it.
Yeah.
And then like obviously, like you said, like I, got some music for the single already, and then I sang a couple of covers, and then went down there and just we just jammed together and
Hit it off straight away. Instant chemistry. Instant chemistry. And
I think so. Yeah, definitely. Like it was just, it just kind of gelled really quickly. I mean, I knew Adam anyway, the bassist, but I didn't know you two. But I think you just, I don't know. I think you can just get a feel anyway. Like when you go into a room of people, whether you just want to stay in that room, or you don't.
Yeah. Was it a pretty quick process as well? Once you met the guys, you put your own spin on one of their tracks at the time. Was just literally within like a couple of weeks sort of thing, instant.
It was pretty much instantaneous, wasn't it? I mean, all three of us got together before Talitha joined, and we were like, obviously we wanted someone who could hit the sort of vocal range we were after. But that was only sort of half of what we were looking for. We obviously wanted somebody who could come in and gel with us three. I mean, we were all quite. All three of us don't really have a lot of filter, so we needed someone.
It is the best way to be. It is the best way to be at times, Jason, because at least that way, honestly, at least that way, people's going to know where people stand. Do you know what I mean?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So, we needed somebody who was going to get along with all three of us, as well as have that have that vocal range. And as soon as Talitha came in the room and started chatting with us all, we sort of knew after about an hour's worth that she was the one that we wanted to stick with us.
Excellent. Well, I can say you have made a fantastic choice, because you've got an absolutely cracking vocal, Talitha. Really, you do. It's absolutely amazing. I can only dream of having a voice as good as yourself. So, would you describe how would you describe your music genre?
I think when I first came in, I'd say it was a bit on more of a lighter side, wasn't it? Of like more alt rock, and I think now we kind of say alt hard rock. It has little moments of like hard rock metal, but I think I'd say alt hard rock was definitely our genre now.
I think when we first started this whole project, I think we were looking for like a very southern blues rock sort of esque, sort of like very Blackstone Cherry, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And since sort of time has progressed and Talitha's become such a big part of the band, we've introduced a few more different elements in there. So it's kind of stuck with that same foundations of like really southern bluesy sort of rock, but especially with the new single that's out, Close to the Edge, it's got excerpts of loads of different genres in there. You've got really got a heavy breakdown in there. You've still got that sort of swaggy sort of like bluesy rock thing going in there, and then you've got like heavier vocals entwined with the clean vocals as well, and the whole thing just kind of gels really well together.
Yeah. For myself, when especially with Close to the Edge, it has the right amount of everything. It's got the right amount of heavy. Yourself with that face melting guitar solo that just absolutely melts my face away. Which has got the perfect a blend of melody as well, where you know, more melodic sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? So it's basically it's just an all round awesome song. It's basically what I can say. You know what I mean? It just blends well together. And Jason's got all the parts seem perfectly. So, but what artists or bands have influenced your music style?
Oh, T, you say this one first. I can go after you.
Yeah. For me, Alter Bridge said Hailstorm, Tremonti. I think we've got when we've been writing like recently, it's a bit more like got a bit of a Disturbed edge going on.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, but then we had like a bit of a proggy kind of Tool vibe. Like I don't know, we've got such a different. I don't know. I listen to so much. I think like such an eclectic genre of music and stuff. But I think from the kind of hard rock, alt rock background those. But yeah, we've got a bit of a Disturbed edge going on with what we're writing. I don't know where it came from, but
quick little side question though for you. You mentioned Tremonti. Have you heard Tremonti sing Frank Sinatra? Fly Me to the Moon.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Hell,
So good.
Jesus! If anyone who sounds as close to Frank Sinatra, Tim, I'm sure he's been reincarnated or something. It was so friggy. Honestly,
it's mad. Like when I saw it, I thought, you know, is this going to be like really good? And I was like, what?
I thought he was going to like pop out like rock it up sort of thing, just put his like sort of stamp on it with these guitar solos and stuff. But no, it was literally just. Is this Frank? What's going on?
Have you seen it, Jay?
No, not yet. And I'll look at it. Yeah.
Get it checked out. Honestly, it's absolutely insane.
Nice. The thing as far as my influence is concerned, they range. I mean, two of my most idealistic guitar players are probably David Gilmour, being right at the top for me, and John Petrucci from Dream Theater. Both obviously at the different ends of the spectrum there. Both of course, but I've listened to Pink Floyd ever since I was a kid. I mean, my father's quite musically educated. He doesn't play any instruments, but he's very, very music clever. And so I grew up with him for quite some time. And so they're two of my main influences when it comes to guitar playing. Obviously, I've got loads of different bands which I listen to, the same as everybody else. And when it comes to sort of writing styles, you know, very Chris Robertson from Blackstone Cherry. I've got, you know, the guys from Lamb of God as well, William Mark, brilliant guitar players, especially when they play together. For more so the heavy side as well. I've just got massive influence with loads of different sort of genres. You know, but going back to sort of early days, I'm a big BB King fan as well, that sort of thing. So, you know, all that bluesy sort of esque. And again, like I spoke to at the start, I'm revisiting sort of all my country artists again, and starting to really sort of learn that genre quite well. And it's so difficult. You know, it really is. I never expected it to be so bloody hard. But like I said, you know, I want to take some of their techniques and try and implement that in what we do. See if I can use a bit more of a wide variety of guitar playing rather than just sort of standard rock and roll, standard metal, that sort of thing, and just kind of change things up a little bit. So yeah, you know, Whit and Alex as well. Loads and loads of different genres. I mean, Alex likes his country music as well. Whit's, you know, Tool, Clutch, that sort of thing, which is, you know, it's great for what we do. It's got that esque of prog in there, esque of rock and roll, esque of southern blues rock and all that stuff. It's a great mix.
Yeah. When you know Willie Nelson, mention country. You got to go Willie Nelson if you're going to mention country.
Willie Nelson, Brad Paisley, that sort of things. Yeah.
The good old highwaymen.
Yeah. Tim McGraw as well. Tim McGraw is really, really good.
Nice.
Oh, he's good. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
They said that.
So, the new single, Close to the Edge, which has received a lot of positive feedback, including a reaction from Laurie Norris, I believe.
No,
Yeah.
What an hour's abstract. That's fucking brilliant. Laurie Norris, well, what a legend she is. And
we got like 5,000 views in it, like about 500 likes or something. Like,
wow.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
it's really good.
Wow.
I was like, wow.
what she is. I watch her reactions as well on TikTok and etc. But that was absolutely mint to see. And so, what does it mean to you to have your music resonate with people on such a deep level?
I think I'll take this question just because
Sure,
the lyrics.
you go for it.
But I think it's just, I don't know. You know, when you write something, you like it yourselves, and although it's quite biased, because you like what you're writing, and then when you put it out there, you think, okay, we like it, but is everyone else going to like it? And it's quite nerve wracking because it's you being vulnerable on a track, and everyone's playing their part, and then what I've written lyric wise is like my own experiences and that sort of thing. So when we put it out, we were like, oh yeah, it's good. Like, we'll see what people think. And it's been really, really like overwhelming, really, like how many positive responses we've had. And, no one's really said anything bad about it. Whether not to our face, but yeah, no, I mean, like, in terms of, but like we got, I think it was 2.7K views on YouTube, which is cool. And then, it's only been released, 2-3 weeks now.
Yeah, roughly, yeah.
Yeah, and then Spotify, I looked earlier, and we've got like 1.6K.
Wow.
And there's like over 1,000 monthly listeners and stuff. And I think it's just been really good, like, to see, and it's really nice. I think, especially with my first single with them as well, to have such a positive response already with the views and things. Like, it's just now next time we've got to beat it. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be better. It's just got to be better every time.
I think
pressure's on.
Yeah.
I think for me, quick answer to that question is the hardest person to impress with the music that the band write is to try and impress my old man. He's the hardest person to impress. And when I showed him the video, because obviously he doesn't see any snippets or anything, he would rather wait for the finished product, which is
fair.
Nice.
Yeah.
So when I first showed him the video when it was completed, just before it went to release, he stood there in a bit of shocking and just goes, "That's the best thing that you've done, since you started playing music live." And I've been playing it for quite some time now, and for him to have that sort of feedback about what he thought of the video, that's what sort of made it for me, really. I was like, finally, I've impressed my old man with something.
Getting that stamp of approval must have meant a lot, though. You know what I mean? Wait, just your camera keeps freezing.
Oh,
I've noticed. Keeps. I don't know if you can see that as well, Jason.
Yeah, it does keep freezing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you're able to refresh it in any way. There's audio is absolutely fine.
Try again.
It's just the camera.
Let me try and come out my internet and back on.
Yeah, it's no worries. I mean, if you need to drop out and then come back in, we can do that.
I don't know if that's helping. Does that help?
No, I don't. It's literally just your camera. Everything else is picking up nicely.
So weird. Right.
Anyone hogging the internet bandwidth? Help them get off.
No.
Help them stop playing Tell them to stop playing Xbox.
Playing. What now?
That seems a lot better. No, that seems a lot better. Don't know what you've done there.
Me neither.
Whatever you've done, it seems to have worked.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Excellent. I was just about to say, yeah. Tell the kids or boyfriend, whoever it is, get off the Xbox. We're busy. Right. So continuing on. How did you approach songwriting as a band for this song?
I think we just kind of jammed out in the in rehearsal rooms, didn't we? Really, I mean, we tend to book 2 or 4 hour slots in rehearsals, and what we'll do is that say, for example, if we've got a gig coming up, we'll smash the set out a few times, just to make sure that we're consistently tight with all of the material. And then whatever time we have left will be then used for writing. Now, if we have a 4 hour session, we tend to dedicate that 4 hour session to mostly writing. We'll sort of smash the set through once just to warm up and get a bit loosey-goosey. And then we'll have a good 3.5 hours of writing. And then we'll just come up with an idea and we'll just expand on it, So I think Close to the Edge came up with pretty much the intro riff. and then we were just like, okay, where do we want this to go? What's the song going to be about? You know, do we want heavy breakdown in it? Do we want a solo in it? Because some of our songs don't have solos in, you know, and all that sort of thing. And it just kind of metastasized then, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And some of us go away after the 4 hours, and we'll write stuff at home, thinking, okay, this might be good for a bridge, this might be good for a pre-chorus, a chorus, etc., etc. You know, and then it sort of comes together, and all of us are very, very open and honest. You know, a lot of us will just say, no, I don't like that bit. Our drummer Alex, for example, I mean, I'll come up with a verse and he'd just go, no, Jace, hate that, do better. And you know, I'll take it away and I'll just go, okay, I'll try and do better then. You know, and that's the way it sort of works. And over the space of a week or two, over the space of a week or two,
I told you everyone was blunt, like.
Yeah.
Literally, like, nah.
Nah, don't like it.
You worked on that for like 3 hours, nah. Like,
yeah.
Not about that idea.
That's the way it works as well. And Talitha, she also plays guitar as well. So, you know, she'll sometimes bring a guitar into the rehearsals rooms if she's come up with something at home and just say, you know, how about we try this? How about we try that? And then we try that, try this. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We change things around. And then she sort of writes lyrics for it on the fly to try and make it work in the chorus and the verses and stuff. So, yeah, it's very much a group effort, isn't it? It's definitely not a single person.
I think this one, to be fair, I think pretty sure I wrote the chorus at home.
Yeah,
I did think just a chorus. I don't write anything else. I don't know why. And then I just sat there at home with my guitar and then I'll write a chorus, and then I struggle to write around it, but I kind of, because I'm a bit more of a rhythm than I am a lead guitarist. You know what I mean? I can't sit there like absolutely shredding it.
Yeah.
So I'll write like a chordy kind of chorus with a, you know, with a melody line and lyrics, and then I just kind of present the chorus, and I'm like, guys, can you just fill around it, because I don't really know where else to go with it, you know. So I'm pretty sure that I'm sure I brought, I think it was the chorus I did.
Yeah, you brought the chorus in, I believe.
Yeah, and then you kind of like, everyone else just builds around like that idea, and you know, they might say like, oh, that bit you've done's naff, like change that.
There's that brutal honesty coming out again.
Yeah,
it's got to be. You can't waste time in the rehearsal rooms because it's money wasted. So
well, how can you argue that? How can you argue that? Yeah, money doesn't go on trees, does it? So yeah. So did ideas kind of flow naturally for you guys, or?
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I mean, we have writer's block as much as the next musician, don't we? I mean, we had a rehearsal a couple of weeks ago where we tried to write something new, and we were sat there for nearly 2 hours thinking, this really ain't going anywhere. There are some points where we just don't have that idea or don't have that inspiration. However, what we do is we try not to let it get us down, and we'll do bits and bobs at home around work and personal life. And you know, there's many times where I was sat there at 11:30 on a Friday night, you know, half pissed or something. I just think, oh, I'll get one of my Les Pauls down, and next thing you know, I've come up with a verse or a chorus or an intro riff, and I record it. And then
each to their own, Jace.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Range of times.
I was just so how then, Jason? Where's the weirdest place inspiration has hit you?
Oh God. I'll probably say, you know, I could be lying in bed with my wife just scrolling on my phone or something like that, and just hum a verse or something like that. I think, oh, that could work.
You should do if you should do what Prince does. Microphones in every room, even the bathroom.
Yeah.
Guitar sat right next to it.
There'd be too much brown noise if I did it in the bathroom, I can tell you
the
that.
dreaded brown note. Get it done, mate. You never know. Inspiration might hit you at any time, but yeah, do what Prince does. Microphone in every room, guitar, record, done. That's brilliant. Can you elaborate on the meaning behind the lyrics of Close to the Edge? What inspired this song?
So Close to the Edge, and if you look at the video, we've kind of like the concept ideas based around it as well. So it's this idea of being controlled by someone or something. So in the video, it's very much that she's controlled by someone. because you've got this kind of like basically Alex is in this kind of costume, isn't he? And he kind of appears and chases her and blah blah blah. And then the idea is that she then becomes free from the control. That's why she escapes from the chains and what
Yeah.
crazy room that we put together. And then like joins the band at the end and sings with the band, like this idea that has now, you know, she's now kind of overcome that that control. So it's kind of come from, I think, all of our experiences really, but I think it's quite relatable as well, because I think a lot of people have gone through very similar things with being controlled in relationships or controlled by certain things and that sort of thing. So that was the idea behind it, and I think hopefully the video made sense and that kind of came across the way it was intended. But
I'm with you. Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I think everyone can relate to that song. I think everyone in the world at one point has been close to the edge of something. Might not be a relationship, good job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just in general, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's got that boiling point.
Yeah. The video tried to convey it being positive at the end, because I didn't want it to just be like doom and gloom. Do you know what I mean? Like the fact that, you know, you can overcome something. So that was the idea with the concept of the video.
Yeah.
Hopefully that came across in it.
You've got to put that bit of positivity in it as well, because like you say, you don't want it to be all doom and
yeah.
So I love the video. Very well done. Who produced the video? Or is it all self done?
Well, it was all self done.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. Liam did all the shooting and the video shooting. So he's media. Well, he's done previous things and
he's done quite a lot of cinematography and photography.
Yeah. Like photography and videography. Yeah.
Wow.
And then I think the lyric idea was myself, and then we had this concept idea, and then Alex wasn't afraid to act either, so we did this we decided to just act it out sort of thing, and then we kind of just built the idea from there, because we did that idea where we're like on the chair, like tied to the chair basically. I mean, how would you describe it, Jace? Because I don't know that, like the spray room, like.
Oh yeah, so the whole video was recorded at my dad's factory's compound, and the bit with the chair, he's got a built-in spray booth.
Oh right.
Which is very, very dark. It's only illuminated by strip lights, and we turned all the lights off. And Talitha's got a light box which she uses on stage, which can flash different colours and whatnot.
Right.
And, obviously, Liam's got a lot of professional lighting gear and whatnot, which he brought down, smoke machines, etc., etc. So we sort of made a very dark and grim sort of dungeon, or sort of back room, didn't we? And got one of the old chairs that my dad uses to sit down and read his newspaper, and tied Talitha to it with a load of flashing lights and smoke machines going everywhere. And then we got like sort of we had a light dangling above your head, which we was knocking with a stick, weren't we? Trying to make it swing.
Honestly, you should have seen it, like literally just going around me, just whacking a light bulb. Oh.
I tell you what was most funny though was obviously Talitha did quite a bit of acting in that, and she went all in balls out with this. Right, is she was tied to this chair, and Liam told her to scream, and thank God this compound is in the middle of nowhere, because if anybody else would have heard that, they would have come rushing in thinking someone was being absolutely murdered.
But you can't do my arms. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't do it. You can't do it.
No half-ass there, was there?
Yeah.
No, there wasn't. No, there really wasn't.
Yeah, I love them behind the scenes stories of music videos. just how you get like around certain aspects, how to create an effect that conveys on camera. One of my friends' band, they just hearing their story of how like basically it's like when it came to like guitar solos, and you can see like you can see like a red light on their faces on the guitar player, but it's literally just one of the other members just doing this with a neon red light in the background. And someone's like, obviously the other members is they're recording them on their phone, just you can see him, but he's got the cheesiest like grin on his face, just dancing around with this light. Obviously, doesn't convey in the video, but that just some of the.
We should have videoed it really, like the kind of what was going on, but it was so dark, like you wouldn't have seen.
Yeah, you couldn't really tell anything, could you?
Maybe for the next video, record behind the scenes as well, which could then release like a little snippet for YouTube.
Yeah. we did have a few behind the scenes pictures and videos of us outside where the containers were, didn't we?
Yeah.
Nothing we've posted as sort of outtakes as such, but maybe for the next one.
Yeah, maybe. A lot of people like them outtakes. They're funny.
Yeah.
I love them, to be fair. Yeah. So as you know, we reviewed the song for you. Thank you very much for the early preview. And you've read it. I absolutely loved it, and we described it as both a heavy instrumentation, thought-provoking lyrics, which and riffs are just deliciously mouth-watering. How did you achieve this balance in the song's composition?
Oh man, okay. Again, going back to what we said earlier, there's such a wide array of genres that we're all into, spanning right from really sort of bluesy stuff to really, really heavy metal. You can go as far back as something like B.B. King or Pink Floyd or something like that, all the way to Slaughter to Prevail, and everything in between. So when it come to sort of figuring out where we wanted to go with it, was, okay, I could go away and write a bridge which was different sort of levels of heavy. We knew we wanted a bit of a chunky breakdown. So I think actually I pulled inspiration from one of Dream Theater's songs, didn't I? And an old System of a Down song, if I remember right, in rehearsal. And I said, look, they were both on shuffle in the car as well on one of my journeys to work. And I thought, hold on a minute, there's two breakdowns in these songs which I really, really like. How can I sort of not copy them, but use the sort of techniques and use what they have to something that we've got? And I sort of combined the Dream Theater one with the old System of a Down one. I thought, this is the sort of thing I've got in my head. It's not sort of a chunky breakdown which is just full of palm mutes all the time.
Yeah.
It's got a mix of different things, like full open chords and palm muting and other single note stuff as well. So we did that, and then we come up with pretty much 3/4 of what our breakdown is, and then Whit sort of put the cherry on top of the cake, really, because he had the bomb in the middle of it all to sort of break it up, and the whole thing just sort of flowed. So sort of, I guess, in answer to that question, it sort of just metastasizes off its own back. We come in with one singular idea, and it just sort of grows and grows until we sort of get to a point which we all like.
Anything you wish to add? Are you happy with that?
Yeah, no, happy with that. I think with this song, we wanted to have it as not taken away from the style that already had been with Bright Black already, but just to make the style a bit heavier. And at this point, obviously had a bit of influence with my writing as well. So it was kind of a combination of the two, wasn't it? The actual riffs and the riff ideas and the verse and things like that were very much the original style. But I think the breakdown and then kind of the heavier vocals and things like that added to it to make it a bit more harsher and a bit more of a harder hitting song, really, as opposed to what was done before. So I think, it was a combination of the two things, really.
So what was the recording process like? Were there any particular challenges? And if so, how did you overcome them?
Yeah, well, with recording, we use Jay Shredder at the Shredder Live Lounge. We've used Jay since the inception of Bright Black, really. I mean, it was through Alice who introduced us to Jay, and he's extremely professional. With us going up to record Close to the Edge, obviously me, Adam and Alex knew Jay from previous recordings, because he did what was Howling and Fire as well, and it was Talitha's first time in Jay, so we knew what we were getting ourselves into again, and obviously it was the first thing for Talitha, and I think you, Talitha, were quite sort of shocked on how sort of professional his setup was and the sort of order, the way things are, and it was a really nice experience. It always is when we go and see Jay. The way he runs his recordings are just brilliant. They're very structured, and they're very, very professional. You sort of turn up at this time in the morning, this is what time we're finishing. But the good thing is with Jay is that he'll sit there for an hour or two after sort of an allotted finish time. If he's not happy with something or something needs to be changed, he will make sure that particular part is done before we close up for the day. He's very, very good like that. He will mix as he goes as well. And then sort of like at the end of the recording process, you've got, sort of, obviously not a finished product because it goes to mastering, etc., etc. he'll give you a product to go home with.
Yeah.
You know, here, give this a listen to a few times, listen to it on some cans, listening to it on your stereo back home, or whatever you want to do. And, you know, we'll get together then and we say, actually, we don't like this little bit, or don't like that a little bit. And then they'll just go ahead and change it. And he'll make sure that everybody is happy with the mix before it's sent off to mastering.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the way it's always gone. And I think, Talitha, you had a really good experience, didn't you, for the couple of days up there?
Yeah. Well, I think it was intense, but like in a good way, like, because I don't know, I think I went in there, like, you had your own little separate vocal booth, and it had like all my lyrics there already, which was really cool. And then we did like runs through, singing all the way through, and then basically just adding harmonies on the spot, like, can you do this, can you do this, can you do this, and then, oh, we'll do this bit here, do this bit here, and like, I must have been singing for like 5 hours, and I think I was quite surprised that my voice hadn't come by the end of it, but like, it was just really eye-opening, and it was just really cool. And like, he had, because he's very musical as well, so we had loads of ideas. And then we ended up actually adding in like piano and strings in the end, electronic, but he had a bit of an idea, and then I then played the piano part on it, which kind of is like the main ostinato riff, like underneath the chorus, which is like the outro essentially. And then we were like, oh, it needs filling out, and then he added like a string layer over the top, and it just made it sound huge, like just adding in those extra layers. And it's just things like that you don't do. I know you don't really think about it before you get into a studio. Do you know what I mean? Like when you start putting it together, you're like, oh, actually, like this might work and this might work. And it was quite nice to experiment and add in.
It's amazing to think what just little tiny little changes here and there can do with a song, innit?
Sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like it made it completely different. Like just a different level altogether. And then I was like, just want piano and strings and everything. just want them in again, like everywhere. But yeah, because we're looking at a setup to hopefully, you know, put in the backing tracks and stuff like live and things like that. So we've got those extra elements, because they do make such a difference. So it just makes it, yeah, it's a different dynamic. But.
So is Jay mastering as well, or do you have somebody else?
No, we send it external to master.
Right.
Yeah, Rasmus does it from
the Rasmus. That's it. Sorry, yeah.
What, like, as in like the band, Rasmus?
No, Diamond.
I was going to say.
He's the vocalist.
I was going to say. That would be pretty funny, that. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Never knocked the Rasmus, mate. Huh? Fucking band.
He works in the shadows.
I
was trying to remember what the song was, to be fair. I was like, I do know they are, but
it's the only song I know, so
probably more than one, but
there is. I think I don't know. Guilty comes to mind. I don't know if that's a song. Maybe quite possibly.
I don't know.
So looking to the future, guys. Now they're close to the edge is a song that everyone can relate to. Do you plan to explore similar themes in your future music?
I think we already have, really, haven't we? It's ever expanding. I think the song we're about to record in a couple of weeks, you know, that's got a big mix of things. It's got, again, that blues rock, but it's also got that heavy factor in it, but it's still different from Close to the Edge. And it's difficult, obviously, when you're releasing singles, because all of us want to release something that's going to you know, top what we've previously released, but this it's just another different aspect, a different side of what we can do as a band. You know, we've got quite a lot of material which sort of demonstrates how different genres are. You know, within the set we've got a very, very slow bluesy track which has got some nice lead licks behind it through it all. We've also got some heavy stuff. We've got a mix and blend of all this sort of thing as well. So I think this next song that we're recording is pretty much showcasing what we can do as a four-piece. It's showcasing all these sort of different genres merged into one again, and it's really, really good. And I think writing going forward is going to be that sort of thing. I don't want to use that cliche thing of sort of starting a new genre off, because I don't think it is. You know, I think it's something still a little bit different because it's a blend of so many different genres together, and there's nothing sort of stopping us from going slightly heavier on one track and then slightly more bluesy on another track. I think it keeps people interested. It keeps it current. It keeps it fresh. It also keeps the listener sort of engaged to think, okay, what could happen next? Or if they're listening to an EP or an album, thinking, well, that song was really heavy, that song was really bluesy. What is going to come next? And I need to listen on. And I think that's the sort of thing that we're all going for.
Basically wanting I want more sort of thing. Yeah, I like it. So you've given me quite a lot of ideas there on what the new song's going to be kind of about. Are you able to give it any insight of what the song's going to be called?
That's on you, T.
Can we say? Yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it? Does it matter?
Yeah, more than welcome.
So it's called Overdrive. But I think adding to what Jason said, I think it's the actual lyrical content is still very thought-provoking. So you'll hit like when you hear it, but I think it's a bit more, I don't know, like the bluesy more, kind of a bluesy more southern feel to start with, isn't it? And I think it almost feels like a bit more upbeat in the way in which we put it across. Just off, bouncy. It's got a bit more of a
dancey feel.
Yeah. Just going off the name, I could hear it just Overdrive. Right, I felt straight away this is going to be groovy. Maybe it's a little bit more faster. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. But then I still think the choruses are quite still on the same like vibe as Close to the Edge in a sense, isn't it? But I
big
think
chords and
I think we're going down that sort of route really with the choruses. But like you say, it's a bit more bouncy. It's a bit more upbeat, I think, in terms of the rhythms and the tempo's faster and stuff like that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, the lyrical content probably isn't upbeat, but I mean, I need to. Well, to be fair, I've written a couple of happy songs. Just they don't come. Yeah, I don't know.
Do you have a rough estimate of when we can hear this track?
Well, I'm trying to think that we're going to do. We've got the first session this weekend coming up, and then the second one's like mid-August time.
Yeah, 18th of August, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, and then I think we're pretty quick, like in terms of turnaround and what we did in terms of the video, because we're going to do another video for this, but we're going to go on a slightly different thought process in terms of kind of how we do it, so it's not the same as the first one. It didn't take us that long to turn it around last time, did it? Really, I think
not really. No, Liam's really, really good. Jay and Rasmus really, really good as well. So once we've recorded the song and we're all happy with the final mix, Rasmus will get it mastered. Pretty much within 10 days, depending on how busy he is, of course. And then during that process, we can still do the music video while we're waiting for the mastering to be done, which is pretty much what we did with Close to the Edge. And then Liam's very good at matching the mastering up, because it's not going to be out of sync. Obviously, mastering is just panning left, right, and taking levels down here and there. So it's not too much for Liam to go, I'll wait for the mastering track and then I can link everything up there. So we can still do sort of bits and bobs around the video while we're waiting for the mastering to be done. So, I think our turnaround time for the video is really, really good as well. Liam's very, very good, depending on how busy he is with personal stuff, with work. And I think we got the video back within 3 odd weeks, with something like that.
Yeah. So I mean, probably looking at autumn time, I'd assume.
I'd have thought so. End of September, maybe.
Yeah. It's not long, really.
Yeah,
no, it's not really. By the time summer's done, we've got so many gigs and stuff this next couple of months. It's just busy, so I think it will.
This interview will be out a week on Monday, so we're pretty much in August by then.
Yeah.
So the time gone. Where's the it's insane, isn't it?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's quite alright. Don't worry about it. Yeah, your camera's kind of been glitching the majority of the night anyway. I'm guessing it's in it. Oh, she's gone. Oh no, she's broke it. I'm sure she'll. Maybe I'm going to say this is why we do these things, and we can cut these things out. She has returned. There she's back. I thought that was it. I'm fucking
technical issues.
Sick of this, Geordie. I'm fucking gone.
Do you know what? I'll try my Mac next time. Normally I don't have a problem with internet, but I don't know.
I don't know. To be fair, your camera's been glitching out for the majority of the interview. To be fair, but
Can't wait to see the facial expressions that's
I'm not. I wasn't going to say anything, but there are some pretty funny ones.
Yeah, pretty funny.
Oh no! Maybe just cut me out of the video.
No,
Like,
it's pretty,
silence.
pretty funny. I mean, I am shifting everything over to Spotify as well, so it's not just going to be on YouTube; it will be on Spotify as well. So don't worry about it. They won't be able to see the facial expressions on Spotify. But some of them are pretty funny though. I'm not.
Screenshot my face. Oh no.
Yep.
Oh.
Gonna happen. You get on top of it yourself, do it yourself, screenshot the funny ones before anyone else does it.
Anyone else does? Yeah.
Right. Well, welcome back. Are you guys currently working on a new EP or album?
I think at the moment we're focusing on getting this second single done. Because what we've sort of done over the last 6 months is not essentially start again, but also make the sort of presence of Bright Black more known now that Talitha's joined. Obviously, Talitha's full-time vocalist. So, you know, for what we've essentially done in the first 6 months is quite good. But as far as an album and EP is concerned, we wanted to get this second single done and out of the way to sort of showcase this is who we are as Bright Black now. We had a bit of a rebranding, different colours, slightly different logo when Talitha joined, a bit of a fresh new look. And then I think an album / EP has been in talks after this second single with the video is out, spanning into 2025. I think that's going to be the next big step for us, to be fair, because we are sitting on quite a lot of material which is pretty much ready for recording. We're pretty tight with the set we've got, with the material we've got. We have got enough material for a 5 to 9 track EP, and obviously we're continually writing as the year goes on. But I think that'll be the next step for us after Overdrive is out there.
Nice. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing that as well. So, what are your long-term goals for Bright Black? Where do you see the band in the next few years?
Go for it, T.
Do you want realistic? Not realistic.
Both. Let's do both.
Yeah. I think from like my perspective, I think like we're all like so on social media, so on like promoting ourselves and like getting ourselves out there and trying to just, I mean, I'm on TikTok quite a lot and just trying to build platforms on whatever, you know, that we can. And we've got quite a few shows next year coming up that are quite some like quite, you know, big shows, and trying to get on the festival circuit. I think it would be great to be in a position where we're more than locally known and we are being approached by promoters of, you know, mid-range kind of festivals and shows to play them and be, you know, supporting, you know, main support or headlining these shows, rather than, you know, going out there and having to find them yourselves. You know what I mean? So I think for me personally, that's where I'd like to be. I mean, it'd be amazing to be like on these big stages that download and whatever, but you have to be realistic. You know, you never know, you might do it, but I think it would be nice to be able to play, you know, for example, you know, open the So stage at Bloodstock or something like that, or get ourselves, you know, onto some of these festivals, you know, on our own.
Never say never.
Never say never. No, never say never. So it's just trying to keep pushing it, you know, and promoting it, and just being like, here we are, we're here, to the point where people are like, yeah, okay, we'll give you a show, shut up. Show me.
Say this to a lot of people: hard work and determination.
Yeah, 100%.
Promoters see that. Do you know what I mean? So, keep doing what you guys doing, and it'll get picked up. I'm sure one of the festivals will pick it up. Be happy to have you on it. So,
yeah, hopefully.
The place,
put a lot of hard work in. Yeah.
Play a Sophie stage would be amazing for you guys.
That'd be amazing. That would be amazing.
Good.
Sophie stage at Bloodstock, absolutely fantastic. And what about yourself, Jason?
I think for me, I don't know. it's difficult to say. In previous ventures, I mean, I've done 2 UK tours. I've done a European tour with previous bands. I'd love to do a tour with Bright Black. You know, going into the next couple of years, even if it's just literally over the space of 8 weeks or something like that. You know, a small tour around, because touring's fun. It's hard work, it's tiring, but it has such great rewards, and it gets your name out in places you never thought you'd go. Especially spanning into Europe as well. When you can get your name out into some places in Europe, it's a massive achievement. And the one I did a European tour was a cover band, a tribute band anyway. But yeah, that's sort of a realistic thing for me. It's like I've said in previous interviews as well. There's no sort of ceiling on Bright Black. You know, all of us have got that sort of mindset that it can, you know, wherever it's going to go is wherever it's going to go. Yes, okay, we've all got day jobs, we've all got, you know, personal commitments. However, if Bright Black is going to take off in that direction, then so be it. You know, we have to make that jump at whatever time that may be. And I think we're all in the right mindset to say, okay, let's do this now. You know, an unrealistic goal for me is, again, same as Titha. You know, it'd be lovely to play stuff like Bloodstock and Download and stuff like that, and possibly get over to North America and start playing some of the festivals they've got over there, because they're absolutely enormous. You know, to sort of get on that sort of circuit. But not just that. I mean, for me personally as well. I've always said to myself, I've never made it if I'm a massively famous musician per se. For me personally, I've made it when I can start playing gigs, whether they be to 20 people or 20,000 people. When they start singing our own songs back at me, that for me is a made it thing for me.
I say this to a lot of musicians, is like, it doesn't matter the size of the room that you're playing, as long as you can convert one person, then that one person goes out and tells their friends, and so on and so on and so on.
Just spirals then, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So it just takes one person to make an impression on any show, regardless of the size of the room. They're golden.
To be fair, I think a lot of that has happened in the last 6 months. You know, since we started gigging with Talitha in the band, you know, and then started kicking out some new music with all 4 of us writing together. I think we've started to see a bit of that happen, especially with the music videos and stuff. You know, going to whether it be a small venue or a larger venue, we've seen people come up and want to buy merch. We've seen some people that have been, you know, repeat fans coming to watch us back again, and it's, even to have something like that is really, really nice to say. You know, okay, we're in a bill of 5 or 6 bands, and for people to come up to us and say, you guys were the best that we've seen this night, you know, it's a massive achievement for all of us, even after 6 months.
That's amazing achievement, isn't it? Well done, guys. Honestly, man, you can tell you've put the hard work in. I absolutely love Close to the Edge, and I can't wait for Overdrive to come out. Once it is out, of course, we'll get it played on our Twitch channel as well, because that's how I discovered the band. Just scrolling through the social media days and this band. Listen to a song, give that a feature, because it was absolutely fantastic. I'm not sure if, I believe you guys turned up as well in the live stream.
Yeah, I spoke to you as well. Yeah, but I found you on TikTok actually.
Was it TikTok, right?
Yeah, it was TikTok, and then I think we ended up chatting through like Instagram. But I was just just looking through it,
Yeah,
promoting ourselves and seeing
what it's all about.
Yeah,
it's, and like I say, it's now been picked up by Laurie Norris as well, who is an absolute legend.
Yeah,
well, she's an absolute legend.
Yeah,
right then.
I went on the Twitch stream the other night with Orion Reacts as well, and that was pretty cool.
He's a absolute top bloke, him.
Yeah,
absolute
really
top bloke.
cool.
Yeah, he's a top bloke. Did you send him your song? Did you?
Well, we just did. I just went on the Twitch stream the other night and just put it on there, and we had quite a few people respond and say they were following us and listen to our tracks. And obviously that's Canada, so that was really cool.
Nice.
And he said some really nice things, which was good. I mean, I know we're not usually as heavy as some of the stuff that he puts on.
He does tend to go for the bands with like the chunky breakdown sort of thing.
Yeah, but he was really complimentary and like really nice about it.
He's a really nice guy. Really nice guy.
Lovely, yeah.
Spoken to him a few times. Really nice guy.
Yeah. It was really cool. It was really nice.
So, off topic then. Are you feeling adventurous?
Oh,
for a Sunday night.
It's a Sunday night.
can I run away? Oh, my camera's broke. So
That's quite all right. How do you feel about taking on the Geordie challenge?
what is it?
Okay,
Go on.
The Geordie challenge.
Okay,
The
go on.
Geordie challenge. So basically, as you know, we've got quite a distinct dialect here in the tune, and basically, I'm going to give you a couple of sentences or sayings, and it's basically you have to try and guess what they mean in in standard English.
Right, okay.
You
I
just
might
fancy.
know some of these.
You might, being an English-based band, you might.
Yeah.
These tend to.
I've watched some Geordie programs most time.
But you're going to be the first band to take on this challenge. I will be honest with you.
Okay.
Um.
The
So
best band.
yeah, hopefully let's see who can get all 7 correct. Huh?
Okay, go on.
So, Duali Belter.
That's like a really good night or something. Like really good. Like
Really good. Spot on straight away. First one. Damn. Not after a good start, yeah. How were the lads?
going out with the lads. Going drinking with the lads.
How were the lads? Not quite.
How were the lads?
How we?
How were?
How we?
How were?
Like, as in
How
like,
were?
how we?
How were?
HOWAY. How we?
Like hello hello lads.
Not quite. Not quite. Yeah, that's, let's go.
Okay.
So it's like if you're at a Newcastle United game, how were the lads?
It means like see you later. Let's go.
No, like let's go. We're gonna win this. How were the lads?
Okay, right.
You with us? Fair enough. Well, 1 out of 2. So, clamming for me bait.
Is that
Clamming for my bait.
Yes, I'm clamming for me bait.
is that like starving, like really hungry?
Yes.
Gotcha.
So,
I was gonna say bed then. I was gonna say get to bed. Clamming for me bit like I want to go to bed.
hungry for me food. I'm clamming for me bait.
Okay.
I'm gone yem.
I'm going home.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty easy one. Yep.
Oh, you should. No, it's not. It's really hard.
You think I'm gone yem, but hey, you got it. He was gone proper Raj.
No, angry.
Angry.
And proper Raj in the pit. In a mosh pit. Yeah.
I can't say. I can't do the accent. I'm going to proper Raj.
Yeah. Number 6, Gizzard Deeks.
Give me the
Kiss?
details.
Oh, give us a detail.
Not quite.
Give us a. Say it again.
Gizzard Deeks.
Give us a kiss. A
No.
hug.
Not quite. No. Way off base there one.
Give us a D. Give us a D. Money?
Let me stay at your house.
No. There's no views give up on that one.
No, I'm not giving up. We're gonna get
We're gonna get it.
it. An hour later.
They cheating. They're using your phones.
Gives it. Oh, I'm using mine anyway. So gives it.
I don't know.
Can you give us a clue?
Oh, if I give you a clue, it gives it away. Really.
Oh, okay.
How can I say it?
Oh, I don't know.
Can I have a look?
Okay.
Can I have a look?
Can I have a look? Yeah. Gizzard Deeks. Gizzard Deeks of that.
Gives a dick.
Deek. That's a D-E-E-K. Did I hear that correctly? Oh, see, this is why we do these things, Phil. And number 7, the last one. Our the moon.
Our the moon.
Our the moon.
Midnight.
Parents. How are the parents?
Our the moon.
Good night.
I was Our the moon with that Close to the Edge song.
Over the moon.
Over the moon.
But it's Our.
Our the moon.
Our the moon with that Close to the Edge song.
Did we not say it right?
Oh, yeah, you got extremely pleased.
Oh, we did. Oh, okay.
Happy. It's pretty much the same as the first one, which is extreme. Which was purely Bella. Oh, that's it. That's
Made
it.
you cry. We made you cry. Sorry.
That's quite a way. That's why we do these things for anyway. It's just for the name of it. Oh, having a good laugh.
That was funny.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I think we've got 5 there, didn't we? 5 out of 7. Yeah, yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah. Not too bad. You're the ultimate champions at the minute of the Geordie challenge. Number 1. See if anyone can beat the 5 out of 7. So yeah. At the end of the year, I'll run through and we'll give a shout at the end of the year. See who got the most. So at the minute,
Oh, I wish we'd had 7 now. That's actually very sad.
I'm still chuckling like gizzard deeks. Yeah. Right then, guys. So before we call it there, thank you very much for taking on the Geordie challenge. Anything that you wish to plug before we call it a night?
I mean, just have a look at our single "Close to the Edge" on YouTube, Spotify. We've got Amazon and Apple Music as well.
All links will be in the video of this. It will be in the description of this video, of course.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. And then, yeah, just keep posted really, because, as you said, as we said before, we've got the new single that we're going into the studio to do. So we've got some more music and some shows to release, which is exciting.
Where can we find you on the old social media?
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Facebook. There we go. Everyone, get on those social pages.
Yeah. Just thinking if there's anything else. No, just everything. Yeah, and YouTube as well. Yeah, we've got a YouTube page as well.
Oh, did you say TikTok? What have you said?
Did
you say TikTok?
Yeah, we did say TikTok. Yeah.
You said TikTok. No worries.
Yeah.
Excellent, brilliant. Yeah. Well, guys, thank you very much for your time. Yeah, giving up your Sunday evening, and finally we end all our interviews just like this. The rules of the pit are the rules for life. When someone falls, we pick them up.